Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be making a video on the Shonen Tower Defense release, and I'm going to be giving you guys a beginner's guide that will basically help you out in this game. So let's get started. Now, if you're new here, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and also join the Shonen Tower Defense Discord in the pinned comment, because a lot of the information that you guys want will be seen in that Discord, and more information about the game will also be seen there. Now, first, let's start off with units and their rarities, and obviously the mythical units are going to be the ones that you're gonna want to get. When you start the game, you're not going to be starting with that much units, and then you're going to be working your way to get some of these other units right here, like the Frost Admiral and whatnot. There's also a bunch of rare units that you can have, such as the ones that I have here in my inventory. There's Cursed Warrior, there's all these other units right here. So yeah, you basically want to start out with the rare units, the legendary units, the epic units. They're going to be enough to basically clear the first map for you. And then what you're just going to do right now is just keep on repeating the first map, because we have right now 3 maps in the game. More will be added soon. And then you can basically just finish these maps right here, and they will be giving you gems, and the gems that you gain will increase as the stage you are in or act you are in is higher. So in act 1, you're going to be getting 80 gems per clear, and in act 6, you're going to be getting around 120 gems per clear. And when I tested this, it will take you somewhere around 3 to 5 minutes to complete this. So within just about an hour, you can get 1,200 gems. And the rates of the units are not really that high, so it's not really going to be very hard for you to get a mythic. So I'm going to try it out right here. So the detonation hero right here, Frost Admiral, Frostfire hero. Okay, we're getting some legendaries. Okay, we instantly got a mythical here, a mighty hero, which is pretty nice. And then obviously once you get a mythic, you can start using them. Now obviously, there's going to be traits and stats in the game. Like right here, there's stat rerolls where you could use it to basically reroll the stats on your units. And there's also stat potentials like you see in other tower defense games. There's also things like this where you could reroll just one stat. Now, obviously, the higher the stat, you're gonna have something like this: 10 to 15% more damage, 0 to 5% more range, which is definitely going to be able to help your units out a lot. What I really like here is that it shows just how much buff each of these are giving you. So at like A, you have a maximum of 10% bonus, and then a minimum of 5% bonus if you have an A rank stat. So if you're gonna ask me how you can farm that, I'll talk about that later in a little bit. But then you also have trait rerolls right here, and obviously with the trait rerolls, there's a bunch of traits. You have Transcended, you have Aetheric, you have Boundless. Now the thing about this one right here is the Boundless trait and the Aetheric trait basically do the same thing, but with just a little bit of tweaks in them. The Boundless is a 50% range and 5% reduced SPA, basically increases the unit's damage. This might be a typo right here. I'll get somebody to fix this, but yeah, basically Boundless will increase the range, Aetheric will basically increase the damage, and this is also going to increase the range of your unit, which is basically, if you get Boundless or Aetheric, it's still pretty good. But if you get Transcended, that's going to be 300% plus damage and 20% range. So definitely you want to get Transcended on your units, especially if they're only 2 placement units. There's a bunch of units that are only 2 placement. Like I think Escanor is only a 2 placement unit, so you probably want to get Transcended on that unit. However, they're still going to be pretty decent if you just get something like Aetheric on them. So let's talk about how you can even get these resources. Now this game, in my opinion, is actually pretty free to play, and I am going to be showing you how you can get stat chips, how you can get a bunch of rerolls right here, right now. So if you do the Act 6 and basically complete all the way from Act 1 to Act 6 of the first map, you can farm stat cores, and this will help you in stat rerolling. You can farm this an endless amount of times, and you can either get 2 to 4 stat cores from doing this single game mode. So if you confirm right here and wait for a few seconds, you're gonna be in it. Obviously, you have to clear the other acts first before you do this one. But once you're here, it honestly is gonna be, this is basically really where the game takes off, when you start farming for the rerolls and you start farming for the stat caps, because you can farm this an endless amount of time and basically really get the resources that you need for your units. So I'm gonna basically finish this right here and show you what's gonna happen when I beat it. The health of the units is not high to where you can't really beat it without, you know, mythic units. I believe even with just some rare units you can beat it. Obviously with rarer units you can place more of them, and they're also a lot cheaper, so there's even benefits in actually using rare units. Obviously the mythics are going to be a lot stronger than the rare and legendary units and epic units, but it doesn't mean that you won't be able to complete these stages without those units. Now obviously I have a bunch of mythic units already, so it's going to be pretty easy. Okay, so Frieza is over here, but we were able to beat Frieza pretty much instantly. And here, as you guys could see, I was able to get 2 stat cores from this single time that I did it, and the playtime is over 158 seconds. Now, as you guys can see, I got 2 stat cores from that. If I come over here and take a look at my stat cores, I'll have over 2 stat cores right here, which is pretty nice. And yeah. Now basically, if you just keep doing this, that's basically the gameplay loop right now. You are gonna be farming for your resources and improving your units and making them a lot better. And then as the future updates roll out, you're going to be able to use the resources you've gained here to basically reroll and improve those other units. It's a very free-to-play friendly game, in my opinion. You can get 2 to 4 very, very quickly rerolls right here if you just farm these last acts. And not just that, you can also immediately get stat core. So yeah, that's basically the gameplay loop right now. Now, that's basically it for this game. Now, one thing that I would like to mention here is that the developers working on this game is a much smaller team than the other developers, other games that has been pushed out very recently. But from what I've heard from the owner, they will try to continuously work on this game as, you know, the weeks go by and even as the days go by. So if you have recommendations, have suggestions that you want to get added in the game when you start playing it, because it will be releasing, or by the time that you're probably seeing this, it's already released, then don't forget to put it in the comment section down below. Again, in my opinion, the number one thing that I would recommend, or I would say why people should be playing this game, is because it's very free to play friendly. You can immediately farm a bunch of stat cores right here. You could also immediately farm a bunch of rerolls right here, and you can do it relatively easily because, again, these game modes right here are not really that difficult. So I haven't really unlocked this one right here yet because I've only did the Planet Namek, but it will work the same way that this right here will work. Basically, it will drop around 2 to 4 stat rerolls or trait rerolls that you can then use to get traits on your units. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful for the release of Shonen Tower Defense. The game is probably released now by the time you're seeing this, and don't forget to like and subscribe and join Shonen Tower Defense in the Discord, and also to check out the game, which will also be in the pinned comment and in the Discord. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I will also be putting codes in the pinned comment or in the description of this video, because I believe there will be a bunch of codes on release that will help you guys out, especially since this was kind of delayed a little bit. So there will be some codes in the pinned comment. That's gonna be it, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.